Remember, guys, when I'm talking to you, all right, I'm trying to help you succeed. I'm trying to help you not fail in this business. A lot of people fuck up out here. When you're making all this money, just because you make a bunch of money doesn't mean that's going to change you as a man or make you a good business owner or any of that. A lot of these dipshits come out here, they get 2-3 trucks and they're making a couple $100,000 a month or whatever it is, and they think that they're good business owners. And then they wonder after about 6-8 months, year, 2 years down the road, how they go from 8-10 trucks and then they got nothing. And they're wondering what the fuck happened. They're like, we're doing so well. Longevity's killer. Okay, longevity's killer. But I'm gonna tell you something that I don't see anybody. I'm giving you guys game right now. You need to understand what I'm telling you. I don't know if this applies to over the road. I don't know, where this really applies elsewhere. I can only imagine it does. But it's a little bit different out here. Over the road, you got multiple states, thousands of miles of stretched apart, so you can't really watch your people like I'm about to tell you. Out here, what me and my partner did all the time, and why we're so successful probably, I mean, we're the fastest growing water hauling company in the state of North Dakota and Montana. I mean, we've got 4 oilfield businesses. There's a reason. And I think I cracked a formula here. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it. And this is why most men, you know what? I'll say owner-operators have an amazing, single owner-operators that don't try to grow have an amazing success rate out here. It's just too easy, right? You're in your truck, you're doing what you're doing, you're communicating with dispatch, whatever it might be, like, it's easy. It's when you start hiring drivers. Drivers make the money coming in life so much easier that they forget. And why they are doing so well as a single owner-operator is because they were present. And yes, I understand a lot of people want to get into this business and they want to be able to throw 4, 5, 6 trucks out there and not be present anymore. But in the beginning, to learn what you got to learn and to get the people doing what they got to do and to get in there with the right people to be able to have access to that opportunity, I'm going to just tell you a little piece of advice. All right? Not everybody wants to do what it takes. And to jump in a truck, like I said, that's easy. But when you hire these people, this is what we did. All right, and remember, it could be wrong, I could be lucky, but I don't know. 4.5, 5 years in a fucking row to completely just wipe away any type of, competitors that we had. I mean, because remember, as me and my partner were jumping in trucks as single owner operators and then growing our fleet, there was a lot of other people trying to do the same thing. And not one of them. And when I say a lot of other people, I mean hundreds and hundreds. I didn't know too much past that, but hundreds of other people were trying to grow their fleet at the same time. And none of them has been able to grow it to the scale that we're growing it to. And I think it has something to do with this. And I've watched a lot of these owner-operators that try to grow, like they get 2, 3, 4, 5 trucks and then they start diminishing. You know, the guys that get up to 8, 10, 15 trucks, that's a little different. I've seen them do extremely well, but that's because they're following something. And I see a lot of guys, like once you get to that 8, 10, 15 truck range, the success rate I think is a lot better, but in between that, it's very difficult. And this is what it is. Most people, they hire a driver, and I'm telling you guys, most, like 98% of them, even people close to me, even people that I love that are in the truck, they're almost like my brother. And they've done the same exact thing. They get on an operation, they're doing good, there's all this work everywhere, and then they try to put a driver into the truck, or they buy a truck and they throw a driver in there, and then there's something that happens. Immediately. Almost like within the first day or two, that driver's out there, whether the driver's good or not. They vanish. Not the driver, the owner-operator that put the driver in there. They literally vanish. Where? Vacation. They're like, all right, great, I got to this moment of success. I got a driver or 2. Man, what a perfect time. They're gonna make me my money. What a perfect time for me to go and enjoy my family and enjoy my life. And you might say, well, hey man, like, that's very nice, you know, you can't go enjoy life. Hey, we're trying to talk about you putting yourself in a position where you are making $500,000 to $1 million a year cash flow after all of expenses for the rest of your life, right? It's not that easy. It's not that easy to just jump straight to it and get that immediately. Tell me, sir.
How are you doing?
Doing very good. Talk to me.
Well,
So yeah, a lot of these people, they end up hiring a driver, and then they basically go on vacation, and they say, hey, look, I'm ready to get out of here. You know, there's a point in time where that's great, but as soon as you hire drivers, like, you should be present. And you should be there to make sure that your baby, because it's your business, is operating at the same capacity that we want it to operate. So it's never a good idea to just skip away right away. You know, what I've never ever seen is somebody hire 2-3 people, and then they go and get in their pickup and they go out there and they go and foster a job. Because sometimes, like us companies, we get these big jobs and I can't get to them. I have to go elsewhere. But babysitting and quality control is enormous. Even though you have great guys on location, there's always some communication that might get lost up. And it's great to have somebody there watching everything, saying, hey, look, this is what changed over here, or hey, you know, I found a better pathway to a better disposal nearby, or you know, I'm communicating with the company man, letting them know that all 3 trucks are running no problem, and communicating to them that if there's any issues that we're gonna, you know, basically that presence does a lot. And that's what I like to do. That's what me and my partner do when we have these big operations, that we like to go out there and foster the job and make sure, because remember, the company man is out there as a consultant to watch everything and make sure everything is going well. He has like 40-50 moving parts. He doesn't also want to babysit the truck drivers. And the truck drivers are leaving location and coming in and leaving in location. He's kind of like a location guy. So who's kind of watching that? Yeah, you can call dispatch and find out where things are, but there's nothing like somebody being there and witnessing what's going on and being able to communicate and being part of the team. And that company man feels even better, because it's not a phone call, you know, not knowing where the fuck everybody is. It's a person there, like, making sure people aren't stacking up. Because there's times where truckers will come in and nobody gets to them and they're off to the side, and that's costing the company man and the company money, and there's nobody, and the flowbacks are all busy and stuff, and this driver's trying to figure out what tank to either offload into or pull water from. And that's where somebody that just put 2 or 3 of his trucks on there, instead of going on vacation, he could be there to make the job go as smooth as possible, which is rare. And then the company man understands that and sees that and says, wow, this team, whoever this is, I want to keep them forever. Like I said, to make $500,000 to a few $1 million a year, you got to put in some work. And sometimes you got to do something a little bit out of the box. It's never been done. Nobody ever does that. Nobody calls me to say, you know, they call me all the time, hey, I'm adding a driver, hey, I'm adding a driver, hey, I'm adding a driver. They're somewhere else, right? Hey, thanks for all that money that you're making me. I'm going to add some more so I can keep printing myself money. Good luck. But nobody's called me to say, hey, I put 3 or 4 drivers on. We're going to go on to that operation, and I'm going to be there to be your eyes and ears to let you know. Let you know what's going on, make sure everything's running right and stuff, so you can get back to doing what you're doing, getting more work. Because that's what I tell people. My job is to go out there and be a representative for them in your trucks, whoever you are coming out here. My job is to go out there and be a representative for you. You give me my 12 to 15 fucking percent to go and represent you, and to go deal with shit on the back end, and to go and fucking find you more work to keep you going. Now, there's like 50, 60 of me's technically out there, but that's what it is. And that's what I would do, though. Me and my partner, we'd do that. When we had 8 trucks running, we were out there like ants all over, making sure somebody else isn't poaching the drivers I trained up to be fucking awesome, and they're coming to them trying to like do what, even though my drivers want to, I don't want none of that shit, right? There's people out there that'll do it. They'll say, hey, I'll give you 40%. Come on over here. That's a hard offer to give out. Maybe the company man is willing to swap these guys out, and he's like, hey, you know, I need another trucking company in here because the rest of the... No, it didn't happen when I was there. Because when I was there, I was up in the company man's face, letting him know this is what's going on. This is what the other team, the other opposing team couldn't come in and touch nothing me and my partner were on. because we were out there and no one else was. And the company man said, you know what? It's really nice to know that I've got a helping hand. Nobody else provides me that. I'm not going to push them out to the side. The companies that we leased onto, they're so fucking foolish that they let us go. Because now, I'm not working for them. I'm working for me. And now, I'm their best and biggest competitor. They have an issue. See, if they're smart, they would have taken us and said, wow, you guys help us secure so much work and do so great. Like, you don't hire people and just fly off to vacation. Like, you are just about it. Work with us. Become part of our team. Like, lifetime. Nah. And if I saw somebody do that with us, I would look at that person and I'd say, hey, that guy, I got to keep his trucks going. I got to give him the best work, or they're just sitting on containments. He's barely burning 500 a week in fuel. I need to make sure to keep this guy close. I don't want him to go be my competitor. I want to work together with him. I need to give him a better percentage. Something, some type of incentive for him to stay being me with me. I'm telling you guys, this is revolutionary in the oil field, here in the Bakken at least. I don't know how it is in Texas. But if you want to grow your business, try to do what nobody else does. And I just told you, when you hire these drivers, and I told you about that in the last segment, you know, about hiring drivers, hiring the right guys, and it might be misleading because, like, find guys that you don't have to go babysit. Period. You need to be out there just watching. Anytime that you can come back to this big blue ocean of money, you need to go out there and go watch your money. See how things are operating. Be a healthy eyes and ears for us. Because usually big companies, they hire people like that, but they suck. They're no good. They don't know. They pull up and, oh, everything's good. Okay, see ya. No, they're not there from start to finish. Like, bro, I'm there from start to finish. Even today, I was out there. I was out there watching the operation, making sure it was perfect. And I'm big boss, right? Heed my warning, guys. You guys want to make it in this business, you want to know what $1 million in your pocket feels like at the end of the year, do what I'm telling you to do. Anybody who follows what I'm telling you to do will make it. I take the risk out of everything for you. The only risky thing now is you. And yeah, at 7 p.m. every Wednesday night, me and my partner, we jump on a webinar and we go ahead and break everything down for you guys, because we do have a program of how to get in this business, which is the most gate-kept business. You got to know somebody, and we're trying to stretch our hands out to let you know that, hey, we can be those people you can know, and we're telling you everything and anything about this business. There is nothing in our program you will not have at your disposal. Basically, my soul, my brain, we give it to you. So lucky you guys. I've been meeting a lot of you people that have been coming out here, and I do appreciate it. For all you guys that are still, you know, have wet feet, just let me give you as much content as possible for free, and I'll help you with your decision. I do apologize if I give you a lot of anxiety, because now you're thinking like, damn, I want to make $40,000, $100,000 a month. That's a hard thing to sleep at night, knowing that you're so close. Remember, I've got 8 felonies. I don't have an education in school. I'm just some regular Joe Schmo guy out here doing what I'm doing underneath the wire. Taco Bell won't even hire me. Yet I'm doing $600,000 a month. It's insane. Good luck to y'all. We'll see you soon.